My name is Vladimir, and I tried to very briefly introduce you to the Russian history of the Fischer Tropsch process, and compare with previous speaker, and I will demonstrate a lot of pictures and a lot of scientific results. Why? In Russia, a lot of petroleum and gases and we don't need to create petroleum-independent technology. But in Russia, a lot of scientists too, and these scientists produce a lot of paper, and we have not so much industrial application on the one plant. It means that my report, it's not the history, pure history, and the history of maybe science. So it's the next. And the Russian history of the Fischer Tropsch process starts with 1930, and for this period we have approximately 500 publications in scientific journal, and so much percent. And the field of study the Fischer Tropsch synthesis very wide, and reaction mechanism, catalyst composition, kinetic and thermodynamic, mathematical modeling of the new field of our research, and example of conventional application. And the leader of research of hydrocarbon synthesis and from CO and hydrogen for long years was Professor Eidos from Institute of Organic Chemistry, and he started an investigation on a theory of the Fischer Tropsch catalysis and hydro condensation of CO with olefin, and olefin hydropolymerization with CO. And another famous scientist, and the Professor Bashkirov from Liquid Fuel Department of Lomonosov's Institute of Fine Chemical Technology. And his activity in design and preparation and modification of the different kind of catalysis for the Fischer Tropsch synthesis and another alcohol production. And the famous the Russian scientist Professor Lapidus, Zelinsky Institute of Organic Chemistry, and the Russian Academy of Science, and his activity in investigation and modification and the coal-based catalyst and xylate application of xylates and the Fischer Tropsch catalyst. And some statistic in the period from 1930 to the last time, and we have some distribution publication, and you see a lot of the maximums in the different kind of this period, and a lot of most of publication in the period from 1960 and 1995. application on cobalt and iron catalyst for Fischer Tropsch application. And you see that the cobalt and iron, and in the each period of time, and the cobalt catalyst dominate compared with ferrum catalyst Fischer Tropsch synthesis. And publication for the period of time that I taught, and cobalt catalysis, and ferrum and nickel, and another kind of catalysis. It means that the cobalt catalysis and researchers in creation and modification of the cobalt catalysis for Fischer Tropsch synthesis, and predominate in Russia. And it is a distribution of patent on various Fischer Tropsch catalysis in Russia, a number of patents, and it's the same picture. And the cobalt catalysis, ferrum, and nickel, and also catalysis. And okay, and the Fischer Tropsch synthesis, researchers in Fischer Tropsch synthesis started in Russia approximately in 1938, and research with investigation of mechanism of Fischer Tropsch synthesis. And Zelinsky and Eidos, and then Roginsky, and they checked the Fischer Tropsch hypothesis concerning of the role of bulk and surface metal carbides in catalytic hydrogenation of CO. And they conclude that cobalt carbide formed on the surface of cobalt ferrum oxide and the Kiesel group catalyst could be neither true catalyst for the Fischer Tropsch synthesis. And the Russian researchers have found that CO adsorbed on methyl much stronger than hydrogen. It means that activity and selectivity of the catalyst for the Fischer Tropsch synthesis depend on the absorption characteristic of CO2 rather than hydrogen. And the mechanism of hydrocarbon synthesis. Okay, and you see the different hypotheses for CO absorption on methyl, and the different kind of scheme, some bridge scheme, CO, and it is only a hypothesis and CO absorption, but for the real time, the question which adsorbed CO species and take part in Fischer Tropsch synthesis remain unclear. and catalysis and support. And the study of the Soviet Russia scientists were focusing mainly on improvement of new generation of Fischer Tropsch catalysis in the following principal problem. The first, modification of precipitated cobalt catalysis. And the goal to improve the activity and selectivity formation of hydrocarbon fraction, and to change some individual component in catalyst, like thorium oxide and Kessler group. And the next, development and characterization of cobalt or ferrum zeolite catalyst for selective synthesis of high octane gasoline. The next. And the last direction, and development of a highly efficient impregnated catalyst using cobalt nitrate and carbonyl. And next, preparation, characterization and application of skeleton and skeletal cobalt catalyst, and studies of the effect of some gaseous addition, like nitrogen and some other thing on the Fischer Tropsch synthesis. And support. And a lot of researchers in Russia was directed to selection the different kind of support for Fischer Tropsch catalyst. And you know that the inert support, like graphite, and active support, like aluminum oxide and another kind of this oxide, and the functional support. And it's in practice, and the all support in Fischer Tropsch catalyst is the functional support, like aluminum oxide and polycrystalline aluminum silicate and zeolites. The next. And zeolites, it's very famous and carrier and support in Fischer Tropsch cobalt catalyst. And there's some characteristic of zeolites. It's modular, and effect of zeolite modular increasing, and when modular increase, and it does not affect selectivity to paraffin production, but selectivity to isoproduct increase, and selectivity to C5 and decreases from 60 to 40%. And the next slide, example, when the change, the zeolite model increase, and isoparaffin production and selectivity increase. Next slide. And another example, and how effect of support in Fischer Tropsch synthesis over precipitated cobalt catalyst when we change the different kind of xylenes. And this is the yield of liquid hydrocarbon, and this contains of some fraction C80. And catalyst activity depends from the ratio of cobalt oxide and methyl cobalt. And it's very, very important characteristic and parameter for the Fischer Tropsch cobalt catalyst. And you know that cobalt oxide it's not active and in Fischer Tropsch synthesis, but the ratio and cobalt oxide and pure cobalt, it's very important and change activity of the Fischer Tropsch catalyst. And you see that and we have maximum when this ratio equal 0.5. The next, please. And another example, when the change selectivity, when change ratio between cobalt oxide and cobalt. And you see that 4 and the liquid 4 as a liquid carbon selectivity slightly change when we change the ratio. And now a lot of some example where we change, and fortunately we cannot see some this column. Okay. And the different kind, it's a different kind of metal oxide. This one, okay. And no, I see. I know. I only try to explain what we can see in this column, and this column and the different kind of this oxides like zirconium and chromium and aluminum oxide. And this is a yield of production, the different product, and the methane and C5, CO2, and gasoline fraction, and the diesel fraction, and some more heavy fraction, the next fraction, the next. And this is a continuation of previous the table, and some the composition and distribution, olefin and iso paraffins, in the normal paraffin in this C5 fraction. And this are the Schultz-Flory parameters. And this we see effect of pretreatment of catalyst, and 10% cobalt on CO2 on synthesis of hydrocarbon from CO and hydrogen, and the different kind of pretreatment and treatment by hydrogen, and cyclic treatment, and reduction and oxidation, and then reduction again. And this is the condition of pretreatment. And this column and results we get in results of the different kind of catalyst pretreatment is next. And the same, and this continuation of previous table and distribution and in the Fischer Tropsch product by the different kind of pretreatment of catalysts. The next slide. And you know that reduction temperature affect on hydrocarbons production and selectivity. And in this picture, we see how affect temperature and reduction temperature on activity of cobalt catalysis. And you see that when temperature around 400 centigrade and activity of cobalt catalysis is high. The next slide. But at the same time, and reduction temperature decrease selectivity hydrocarbons. And in the last 10 years in Russia, it's very popular mathematical modeling and kinetic investigation. And these researchers directed to creation, it's not only a mathematical models, and this investigation directed to application of this model for calculation and optimization of the different kind of technological scheme for Fischer Tropsch process. And we created in Russia a detailed kinetic model. And this kinetic model describes the rate of formation the all light gases and individual hydrocarbon, including a C40. Next, please. And this is example of Schulz-Flory distribution. And this experimental point, experimental data, and this curve and theoretical calculation. And you see that the Schulz-Flory distribution starts only with hydrocarbon heavier than C6. And Schulz-Flory coefficient and depends from two parameters. And this is some empirical formula for determination or for calculation of this parameter. And for identification of kinetic model, we use this kind of equation, and they finish on C6, and then we use for calculation the reaction rate, we use Schulz-Flory distribution. And the mathematical modeling on fragmentary flow sheet of the Fischer Tropsch process in slurry reactor. And this is a simple scheme and includes the Fischer Tropsch reactor and condensator and separator. And we have three liquid flows, and liquid product 1 and liquid product 2 and liquid product 3. And the part from separated liquid product go back to the slurry reactor. And you see, and the distribution hydrocarbon in product when we change and this parameter and how much we return to how much a liquid product from separator we return to Fischer Tropsch and slurry reactor. And if we return the total flow, and you see and hydrocarbon distribution in the first liquid product. And if we return only the half of from liquid flow from separator, and the distribution of hydrocarbon in the different flows change. And the same picture, the next, when we change temperature in color, and when we change temperature to 50 centigrade, and we can change hydrocarbon distribution in the different liquid products. And I told you that in Russia we have only one example Fischer Tropsch plant. And this plant was created in Novocherkassk synthetic product plant in 1958, and this plant operated before 1992, and now this plant doesn't work. And the plant capacity is 50,000 tons per year, and the disadvantages and low process productivity, and the 4-ton catalyst reactor, and it produces 2.5 ton per day of this light fraction. The next slide, please. And originally, and synthesis gas produced from gasification of anthracite, and in this period of time, and then use it as a nature gas. And catalyst history, and in this period and time, and the Novocherkassk plant use this kind of catalyst with German formulation, Kiesler group, and then Eidos and his co-worker create the Toria-free catalyst. And in this period of time, and Kizil group and was changed to synthetic aluminosilicate. And in my conclusion, and I very thankful Synthroid Corporation, especially and Steve and Paul for assistance and help in preparation of this report. Thank you.
Okay, we've got about 10 minutes. If we do have any questions, we certainly have a chance to get some of those out now. Anyone?
That picture of the reactor that you showed almost at the end for medium pressure synthesis, that looks identical to the original, to the German.
Yeah, why not?
So what I was going to ask is this plant just a reproduction of the German Fischer Tropsch plants, or are there any improvements in this plant compared to what 20 years earlier, or about 17 years earlier,
yeah, okay,
found in Germany?
Yeah, and this a scheme, okay, and perhaps, and the science is international, and perhaps the Novocherkassk plant and is a reproduction of German.
Because for some of the hydrogenation plants, they were dismantled in Germany and taken back to the Soviet Union and set up.
Yeah, okay, and I don't know the history, really, because it's not my interest concretely, and from which country and this technology moved to Russia. I don't know. I know a real situation in Russia. I know and the history of catalysts, but not yeah.
Because the Bureau of Mines, when they constructed their plants, one of the objectives was not to repeat the German, not just to repeat the German experience, but to go beyond. So the reason I asked the question was, how much beyond the German experience did this plant go?
Yeah,
or was it?
Yeah, it's my opinion, and we have to use experience when we create a new plant, a new aircraft, or another things. Okay, and why not? And perhaps when I'm sorry, and when this plant created, I did not burn. I don't know.
I think we had talked to Professor Slavinsky at the Tropsch Institute, and he at least had told us that this plant originally was one of the German plants, and it was picked up and moved to Russia, but that they made modifications over the course of the years afterwards. So like this is the final plant was a 3-stage plant, and I think all the German plants were 2-stage reactor systems. So I know they did make some changes, but it did start out as a German plant.
That's what I was asking. I didn't understand the point.
Sir, any exploration into making lubricant base oils from Fischer Tropsch product?
Sorry.
If you look into making lubricants, base oils, from the Fischer Tropsch products?
In Novocherkassk.
Yeah, instead of just fuel.
No. Okay,
All right. Thank you very much, Vladimir.